Alright, so for this video, real quick, very fast one, we're going to do what's called a pad slap. We're just going to be replacing the pads on the calipers. So first thing you want to do is break your lug nuts loose, raise your car, remove the lug nuts and the wheel, and let's get to that part. Now with the wheel taken off, we can get right to it. Just some bolts in the back. So a 13 millimeter. Oh, we got some slippage here. Ooh. Once you get those guiding pin bolts out, looks like I had some thread lock around there, so I actually had to take a 18 millimeter wrench, and then while holding onto this nut, had to take the guide pin bolt out, grab a hook. There's a caliper hook, but you can find different sorts of hooks. But what I like to do is then hang this up. What you could do is just, if you don't have one of these, you could just take this and then just set it on top while you're doing this. Just take a flathead screwdriver and start prying it back. So somewhere it was squealing like a pig, but I do not see any excessive wear on this pad, which is interesting. As you can see, got plenty of life left. This indicator is not touching the rotor, so okay, never mind. We found that the backside is severely worn. The next thing you want to do, oh, fancy. Next thing you want to do, you want to take your new pads, slap them in there with some little bit of lubrication here, little lubrication here, and I'll show you where else as soon as we can get these pads open. Okay, so these pads are not the right size, so I'm gonna have to go to the local AutoZone, order these off of rockauto, but apparently, I don't know. It's listed under my vehicle for fitment, didn't fit. This is the first time I've ever dealt with this. Well, we got new pads now. Honestly though, that's never happened to me. Like, I just saw Brembo and I was like, oh, well, Brembo's good quality. And they send me the wrong size. I don't know. Okay, so this set does not come with brake lubricant, but if you have your own, grab some. All right, take out your clips from your caliper bracket, put on new clips, do a little brush here and there before you put on the clips, something I like to do. And then when you get the clips on, you go ahead and brush again so it's easier for the pads to slide in. Now that your hardware is on, do a little lubrication on here, easier for the pads to slide on. I don't know, maybe it helps, maybe it doesn't. All right, once your pads are in place, make sure you kind of see where these contact points are, especially for the two pistons. Put a little lubrication on those points of contact. Once you've done that, bring one of your old pads like so, and have either a clamp or one of these tools. And what you want to do is press your piston back flush. Alright, once those are nice and flush into the caliper, I want to slide this back on. And just get your calipers back on. Do the same to the other side. And that, my friends, is how you do a pad slap, or that's the terminology anyways. But how you change your brake pads on this applies to a Dodge Charger, a Chrysler 300, could even apply to some other Mopar products, but you know, that same platform, Challenger, Charger, Chrysler 300, that LX platform is basically what you want to be looking at. I don't know what happened with the Brembo brake pads, guys, but that is the first thing that's ever happened to me. And trust me, I order a lot of rockauto. a lot of rock auto. I think it's extending out here on the side too. I'm collecting more and more. But you see my point. I've never had this problem before, so it was like really foreign to me, just kind of a surprise. Whatever. We're gonna return it. We're gonna get the refund. I was actually kind of excited because, you know, like, I don't know. I've never ordered Brembo brake pads that fit just normal calipers before, but I do know that they're a brake parts manufacturer, so it makes sense, right? So with that, we're gonna return those. We just went with Duralast from AutoZone. That's the typical whatever. Pads are cheap. So I hope this helped you, and yeah, see you guys on the next one.